good afternoon everyone. I will discussing about authority of the arresting officer when making an arrest. So, what is authority of the arresting officer when making an arrest? The authority of an arresting officer to make the arrest typically stems from their legal jurisdiction and the powers granted to them by law. So, mao na tungkulin sa isa ka arresting officers na magbuhat og arrest na pinaagi sa mga legal na proseso. And then, when making an arrest, officers are empowered to detain individuals suspected of committing a crime based on probable cause or with an arrest warrant issued by a judge. So, kung magbuhat daw kag arrest, ang katong mga opisyal, pwede na sila mag-arrest og individual na suspect sa pagbuhat og krimen. Kay tungod na may evidence o naanay arrest warrant na gihatag sa judge. The authority includes the ability to use reasonable force to effect the arrest and ensure compliance with lawful orders. However, officers must adhere to legal protocols respecting the rights of the individual being arrested and the following procedures outlined by law, enforcement agencies, and the judicial system. Any abuse of authority can result in legal, individual being arrested and following procedures outlined by law, enforcement agencies, and judicial system. Any abuse. So, mao na siya. I said earlier nga ang mga official daw sunod yun na sila sa mga legal na protocol na sumasang-ayon sa mga karapatan sa individual na arrest. So, dili lang man isa ka opisyal ang magbuhat sa case. Daghan na sila ginagyan para legal ang pag-arrest sa kriminal. So, number 1. Police officer may summon assistant. A police officer making a lawful arrest may verbally summon as many persons as he deems necessary to assist him in effecting the arrest. So, a police officer may summon assistance by calling the backup from other officers or law enforcement agencies using communication devices such as radios or cell phones. They can also signal for assistance by activating emergency lights or sirens on their patrol vehicles. So, halimbawa, if naay ka ng nakayad doon mga kriminal din armado sila, so gamay ra mo, so kailangan niyo backup sa laing police station. And then police station. So additionally, in situation where necessary, they can request assistance from the public or other emergency services. So, number 2, rights of a police officer to break into building or enclosure. So, break into building like maghimo sila law nga ilaha or baguhon nila ang law. So, rights a police officer in order to make an arrest with or without warrant may break into a building or enclosure where the person to be arrested is reasonably believed to be, if he is refused admittance thereto after announcing his authority and purposes. So, even or with or without warrant nga dalas officer, once nga mo refuse or mo balibad ang usa ka tao sa pag-investigate sa ihang panimalay or certain place na iyang gipuy-an or giadtuan, pwede siya dakpon kay nagapakita siya guiltiness sa pag-investigate sa mga pulis. Halimbawa, police officer ko din, ikaw kay relatives ka sa criminal din, imong gitaguan ng criminal, like maadto ko ito bisag wala koy warrant kay gusto ko may maghuwag information din mo balibad ka, so pwede na ko sudlon bisag wala koy warrant kay nagapakita man kag guiltiness sa imong sa sulod sa inyong panimalay. So, number 3, rights to break out from building or enclosure whenever a police officer has entered the building or enclosure to make an arrest. He may break out therefrom when necessary to liberate himself. So, the right to break out from a building or enclosure typically arises in emergency situation where there is an immediate threat to life or safety. In many jurisdictions, individuals are legally allowed to break out of a building or enclosure to escape danger such as fire, structural collapse, or other life-threatening situations. However, it's important to remember that the right to break out is usually subject to certain conditions, and individuals should prioritize safety and use reasonable force when necessary. So, number 3, arrest after escape or rescue. If a person who is lawfully arrested escapes of or is rescued, any person may immediately pursue to retake him without a warrant at any time and in any place within the Philippines. So, arrest after escape or rescue refers to the situation where a person who has escaped or been rescued from a dangerous situation, such as a building fire or a kidnapping, may be subject to arrest by a law enforcement officials. It's important to note that arrest after escape or rescue doesn't always occur. It depends on the specific circumstances of the situation and the laws in the jurisdiction where it is occurred. So, ang pasabot ana kay once na kay kaso nga nitakas ka, dili pasabot mawala imong kaso, or halimbawa gidakop ka niya inyong gisakyan kay nabangga or nadisgrasya mo, like hospital ka, so dili pasabot nga wala na kay kaso pag mo ulian na ka ikulungan gyapon ka kay still ra gyapon imong kaso, dili na siya mawala anto dili nimo mabayaran or mintras naapa ka. So that's all, thank you.